Alright, so this is a no education podcast.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Nov Education. As always, I am your host, Noved. Thank you for tuning in. It is Wednesday evening, December the 14th. Hope everybody's doing all right. What's up, David? Congratulations on everybody who made their fantasy playoffs. We'll be going over the Week 15 matchups, man. And if you have your bye week, you know what I'm saying? Just kick your feet up and enjoy some regular football. You know what I'm saying? Danny Dimes, what up, Manny? Danny Dimes, yeah. Danny Dimes is the real deal, bro. I told you, bro. Go Celtics. No. This is an LA channel, but we don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know what I'm saying? Most of the people who are, have their bye weeks this week and fantasy playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations. I would pay attention to some, week 6 teams. We can go over some a little bit later, but right now we'll go ahead and talk about this week's matchups. You know what I'm saying? On Thursday night, we have thank you all for tuning in, though. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Subscribe, rate, review. Shout out to my boy, Victor the Guru. Shout out to at Satan Uncensored, 5 a.m. Beats, all that shit, man. LA channel, Lakers lost again. Yeah, it's a bad time to be an LA sports fan right now. You know what I'm saying? Go Kings. Go Kings. Go Kings, the LA Hockey Kings. All right, Thursday night football, Prime Video. We have the number 1 defense, San Francisco 49ers, entering Lumen Field to take on the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are 7-6. This is a big game, bro. I think this, I'm not sure if this determines the winner, the leader of this. No, it doesn't, because the Niners are 9-4. But I do think that, as soon as if the Niners win tomorrow, it's pretty much a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Deebo Samuel is going to be out tomorrow, so make your transitions with that. I know if you have Brandon Ayuk, people are ecstatic to start him. I would be firing up Ayuk, especially even in DFS. I think they already ruled out Deebo, though. Let me check. I'm not sure if they already ruled him out, but if they did, then he'll be a little bit more expensive in DFS. But bro, Brandon Ayuk should have a big game. If you have a bye week, if you're in the playoffs, you're the number 1 seed, you have the bye week right now, I would pick up, Jordan Mason, you know what I'm saying? The backup for Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey is going to be a fucking bow cow. He's going to be a league winner if you have McCaffrey. If there was one running back to ever go down with injury late in the season after not being injured at all, I think Christian McCaffrey will be the one not to go down. But if they win tomorrow, he may sit or get less reps in the next few games. Pick up Jordan Mason just in case, bro. Just in case. Because if Jordan Mason is the guy, if they end up sitting down Christian McCaffrey, then I think Jordan Mason can be a league winner, bro. With Brock Purdy at quarterback, I know he's still backup. He looked good. He did look good up against a bad, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense isn't once what it used to be. What up, Joey Caps? But he looked good. Brock Purdy, I believe, Mr. Relevant now. He looked good. He still looked good. But, temper those expectations. But, of course, you're starting McCaffrey, starting Ayuk in a big game that they need to win. This is a must-win for both teams. And then George Kittle. I think George Kittle should have himself a nice floor game, but I would refrain from starting anybody else after that. You know what I'm saying? On the Seattle Seahawks side, Kenneth Walker, he is expected to play. I know he was dealing with some injuries. If you absolutely have nobody else, it's fine. And it sucks that it comes out a Thursday night because I think he didn't practice all last week and he still was limited this week in practice. Kenneth Walker is a beast. Most of his fantasy outlook comes from touchdowns. And all the touchdowns that he's gotten were like big runs late in the game, just running down the defense. I don't think, even if he was healthy, definitely you're putting him in. But you're still tempering those expectations because you're going up against a Niners defense, the number one defense in the league. If he's still limited, I would be hesitant to play him. There's a couple other players who I would like to play. We'll go through it. We're doing 8 matchups today, and I'll do the other 8 on a Friday night if you guys want to tune in for that. But temper those expectations for Kenneth Walker. Of course, you're starting DK, although I think he might have a floor game, but you're going to have to start him because if he goes off on your bench, you can't live with yourself like that, bro. Jarvis Landry is the one receiver who I think is going to win people fantasy leagues, bro, because of where you got him. We got to start talking about Jarvis Landry in the lights of like the Justin Jeffersons, the Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupps, all those, only because of the fact we don't talk about him like that is because he plays number 2 to DK because of how big and fast DK Metcalf is. Jarvis Landry is an elite level quarterback, and we got to start treating him as such. Some of these catches that this dude make, bro, he is fast. He gets off the line fast, and his routes are nice, bro. He's just an elite level wide receiver, and we got to start giving him credit just as such, bro. The line is San Francisco by 3 points. Over under is 43 points. Man, I'll take Seattle in this one. I think Seattle takes this one. I think they make it a close game, and Geno has to have that perfect game of his life. So, yeah, start DK, start Landry. Be careful on what you do with the Walker and Geno Smith. You know what I'm saying? Seattle, I like them this game only because Brock Purdy, the Seattle defense has been nice. Great young defenders, young defensive backs. Brock Purdy out with Debo, no Debo, and they just lost one of their defensive backs. It's going to be a close game, though. You know what I'm saying? Thursday night, big time, prime time. Geno could show out, bro. What? Hey, bro, let's do this. Next game. Indianapolis Colts enter U.S. Bank Stadium to face the Minnesota Vikings. This is, this could be a good game right now. I think the Vikings are one defense that you might want to play in DFS, but if the Colts have a big game, it's going to be on the back of Jonathan Taylor. So, of course, you're starting Jonathan Taylor. The Vikings' run defense is not scary at all, bro. Although their pass defense has been getting better, I still think that there's a lot of work that this defense still does. You know, they give different looks late in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you see Vikings games, they go down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? So, Jonathan Taylor, you're starting up. I will be hesitant starting Michael Pittman Jr. because you don't know which Michael Pittman you're going to get. Honestly, I've loved dude from college all the way going into the pros. I thought, he was getting acquainted. And then once, it's funny because once he starts to show okay, I am an elite level receiver. I'm a number 1 receiver in the NFL. You feel confident in putting him in, and then he gives you a dud, bro. This is playoff weekend for fantasy leagues. I will not be playing Michael Pittman or any receiver or tight end on the Colts offense, but I will be stashing Alec Pierce. Just keep that in mind. 5 sacks on Geno, we win. Hey, bro. Geno has been good, and I do think that the Niners will get to Geno Smith, but it is what it is. So no one on the Colts offense other than Jonathan Taylor. The Vikings, Minnesota Vikings, bro. You're throwing in Jefferson. You're throwing in Hawkinson. This should be a good matchup for Hawkinson both. Dalvin Cook, you're probably going to have to play him. I think Dalvin, he's going to be one of those guys that has he makes and breaks your team on squad, especially in fantasy teams. He's a great talent, but the offense just runs on so many different wheels. You got the passing game, the play action game, the run game, and now you got a good tight end in Hawkinson. It sucks to see where Dalvin Cook, you get down into the 5 in the red zone and they play action and then they throw it over to Hawkinson or they throw it to Thielen or to Osborne. Be careful on how you value Dalvin Cook this week in fantasy because he may just hurt you. If you're going with Dalvin like I am, I'm going with Dalvin in one of my leagues. The other running back that I'm starting besides him is going to have to be a big player. So I will be starting Dalvin over Kenneth Walker. So just don't worry about that. Dalvin is still Dalvin Cook, but temper those expectations. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, Kirk Cousins should have a good game. The line is Minnesota by 4 points. Over and under is 48.5. Yeah, I'll take Minnesota, and I'll take the 48.5. I will take the under on that, bro. All right, the Baltimore Ravens enter First Energy Stadium to face the Cleveland Browns, bro. The line is Cleveland by 3 points, bro. All right, on the Ravens side, I know Lamar Jackson was not seen at practice at all today or this week, so he's going to be out. He's going to be out for probably about 2 to 3 weeks, so fantasy playoffs, he's probably out for the rest of the season. Huntley, is probably going to be out now, so their backup quarterback, I forget his name, but they're going to be rolling in with the third string quarterback. You don't want to start anybody. Yes, you have Mark Andrews in some of your leagues, and Mark Andrews can definitely go off. The Browns are a very pass-happy defense and a run defense that you could play, but temper those expectations with Mark Andrews. I would start, this is the playoffs, and you got to have fucking balls of steel, bro. I would play Hawkinson over Mark Andrews, bro. I know my boy Victor Gubu don't fucking like that right there, but I would play Hawkinson over Mark Andrews this week, simply on the fact that you got a third-string quarterback throwing in the ball, and when you had the starting quarterback and the backup quarterback in the game, Mark Andrews still wasn't even getting all those looks just because of the way this offense is being run. So, pivot away from Mark Andrews, but it sucks to say that. You know what I'm saying? It sucks to say that. But this is playoffs, baby. You got to get that. You got to get that dub. In the backfield, J.K. Dobbins was nice, bro. I have him in my league as well. I think I may be starting him if, depending on how I feel going after Thursday night. If I feel like I could win the week without him, then I won't start him. But Dobbins should be nice. He had one rip last week where it looked like he re-injured himself. And I was like, oh my God, bro. There goes my fucking trade that I made for him, whatever, in one run. Comes back the next play, rips off another big run, and then scores. You know what I'm saying? So, and then everything coming out of that camp right now is saying that Dobbins, that he himself says he feels good. He just didn't have the stamina. Like, he needs to get back in football shape. So this is good news. Will I be playing Walker or Dobbins? I think I will go Walker, simply on the fact Walker has been there. And it was just an aggravation, even though you're going up against a tough defense. I think Walker, only because J.K. Dobbins, I want to see it one more time. In case of emergency, have to break the fucking glass, I'll play Dobbins, on the fact that he can rip one off. And in the red zone, he's the guy, bro. Gus Edwards, probably staying away. Kenny Drake, probably staying away. Duvernay probably staying away. Robinson staying away. So Dobbins and maybe Mark Andrews are the ones who I'm looking forward to. Dobbins, I lean more. On the Browns side, the Browns, you're starting Nick Chubb. The Ravens' run defense hasn't been what it used to be, but I'll take Nick Chubb all day. Kareem Hunt is interesting in DFS. Do not play Kareem Hunt off the fact of last week. He got that touchdown. Trust me, don't do it. Don't chase those points, bro. Let him prove it to you, and he probably will not just because of the way this offense is running right now. But Nick Chubb and then Kareem Hunt in a late DFS dart throw. Don't start him in your fantasy playoff lineups. Amari Cooper, last week he was a little bit injured. And I don't know, for some reason, Amari Cooper on the road plays like shit. But Amari Cooper at home, he plays great. I don't know what it is. They're at home right now. And I think I would throw in Cooper. I'll throw in Cooper over everybody on the Ravens offense. I would throw in Cooper over Thielen. I would throw in Cooper over Pittman. I would throw Cooper over... Well, that's about it right now. But I'll throw Cooper in, and I think he should have a safe game. It should be a safe floor game, that one of those Amari Cooper games that gets you solid points. On the other side, Donovan Peoples-Jones, there was a report out of the Browns training camp that that Deshaun Watson will start going deep down the field. And if you remember when Deshaun Watson was with the Houston Texans, all of his value, his fantasy value, came from one, using his legs, which we haven't seen Deshaun Watson use his legs. He looks like shit, first and foremost. But with the fucking report coming out that he's going to start going deeper downfield, that's where he made his money, bro, in the Houston Texans. All he would go was Fucking D-Hop is down there. Fuller's down there. If he starts targeting the ball downfield, Donovan Peoples-Jones can be a big-time winner, not only in your fantasy playoffs, but in DFS, bro. DFS lineups, because he has proven it. He's proven it with Jacoby Brissett, and he's proven it with Watson a few games ago. So, also stash David Bell. If you're in a dynasty, stash David Bell if you can. If you can afford it right now, David Bell should be a stash. He was getting a little bit more work, getting a lot more reps and a lot more snaps. So just be on the lookout for that. But Donovan Peoples-Jones is in. If you absolutely need a dart throw, he is in. Amari Cooper's in. Watson, I'm not playing Watson. And then Nick Chubb is in for me. Who wins this game? I will take the Cleveland Browns to win this game, bro. By 3 points. Yeah, I guess so. The over-under is 37. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is where the fantasy maker is. Don't forget, some of these games are going to be on Saturday. So, so just let y'all know that. So all these 4 games, the Colts, Vikings, Ravens, Browns, and then this next games, the Miami Dolphins facing the Buffalo Bills. All these games are going to be on Saturday. So make sure you temper those expectations as well, bro. On the Minnesota side, I know Tyreek Hill was dealing with an injury. He was a bit limited, and Waddle was dealing with the injury that popped up, but should be fine. This is going to be a snowy game, bro. A cold, snowy game, bro. I'm totally against. If you're not Lambeau Field, get a fucking roof, bro. Get a dome. And the Buffalo Bills are going to make a new stadium, but they cannot afford a new dome. Come on, bro. It is what it is. I digress. If Hill's in, you're obviously playing him. He's going to be smashed. Even a hobbled Tyreek Hill is going to get you big points. So especially in this game is a game that they absolutely need to win. So I expect Miami to be firing on all types of cylinders. Tua is in play. I think Tua is a good play. I'll play Tua over Deshaun Watson, over the Ravens quarterback. I'll play Tua over Kirk Cousins, just on the fact that I think if the Minnesota gets up on top early, then they'll just start running out the clock. I think the Dolphins need to be in a shootout with Buffalo. They want to actually put the beat down, even if they do get ahead. So I'll play Tua over Geno as well, and Brock Purdy. So Jalen Waddle's in. Gesicki, stay away. Get out of that Gesicki. You don't want none of that Mike Gesicki. Come on, bro. That Mike gets Goosicki, bro. You don't want another goose in your lineup. The running backs. Raheem Mostert is in for me, bro. I think Raheem Mostert should have a nice game, especially knowing that he's going to be used in the passing downs. Jeff Wilson Jr. has been hobbled. He was injured a little bit. He's still questionable. I don't think he returned to practice yesterday, I believe. But today is, it's a rest day, so he was limited. I will still lean Mostert. I think Mostert has a lot of juice. He was on the bench a little bit. Even though Jeff Wilson, if he does come back, it might be a limited snap. So temper those expectations. On the Buffalo Bills side, bro, last week it was a bad fucking week. A bad fucking week for the Buffalo Bills. And unless you were a Josh Allen's manager like I was, you probably had a bad week. Stephon Diggs had a bad week. Gabe Davis had a bad week. McKenzie, Singletary, James Cook, they all had a bad week, bro. Shout out to the Jets defense, bro. Shout out to the Jets defense. They make that Sauce Gardner or something else, bro. He's a beast. You're starting Stephon Diggs, bro. Don't get cute. Start Stephon Diggs. That's it. Gabe Davis and Isaiah McKenzie, I will sit. I will start Donovan Peoples-Jones over Gabe Davis and McKenzie. I will start Thielen over Gabe Davis and McKenzie. And I will start Pittman over Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis may have a bigger role, you know what I'm saying? He may have a big highlight play like he does. But the game is going to be a night game, a cold night game in Orchard Park, New York. It may even be snowy, bro. That big play opportunity, that shit dwindles when that shit happens, bro. So Dawson Knox. Is Dawson Knox in play? I will play Dawson Knox. I forgot to mention Njoku with the Cleveland Browns. I'll play Njoku over Dawson Knox, and I will play Mark Andrews over Dawson Knox, even though I said I would sit Hawkinson. I would sit Andrews for Hawkinson, but Dawson Knox, I'm playing over. I will play him over Kittle. I will play him over the Colts tight ends. I will play him over and Mike Gesicki. So hopefully that touchdown comes, and I think that will, because they're looking more to get the ball. They're looking to get more first downs. They're looking to get like those small yards, because the more and more that they keep going deep, they just let everybody sit back. So I think James Cook, even though last week he fucking had a dud of a game, knowing that he had a great game the week before, I think it was just a Jets defense. This is a divisional matchup. So, I think both running backs are in play. I lean James Cook only because of the dump offs. I think that James Cook is going to be a little bit more involved in the passing work. Singletary, if you have to play him, go ahead. I would play Walker tomorrow night over Singletary. I would play J.K. Dobbins over Singletary. I will play Dalvin over Singletary. And I would play Raheem Mostert over Singletary in that same game. So temper those expectations. It's going to be, I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who's going to win this game, bro. The line is Buffalo by 7, over under 43.5. I'll take Buffalo to win. But I'm going to take Miami to cover, bro. I think Buffalo by 3, bro. So, that's going to be a big one. All right, here we go. Sunday morning now. Those were the Saturday games, bro. So remember, take your Thursday night and your Saturday morning players out of your flex if you can help it, bro. Trust me, bro. I've got in the last 3 years, bro. So I've made playoffs 5 straight years. In the last 3 years, 3 years in a row, I had to keep players in my flex, and they got injured. So I couldn't move around. I had to play the positionals. I couldn't, make some magic happen. And that's how I lost ultimately. And lo and behold, it was Dalvin and Keenan Allen in the last 3 years. But it is what it is, bro. Remember that. So Sunday now. We're going into Sunday. I believe this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th game we're going to go over right now. Remember, we're going over 8. We got the Atlanta Falcons entering the Caesars Superdome to face the New Orleans Saints, baby. Who dat nation? This is a big divisional matchup. I know that the Falcons, they need to win, bro. If the Falcons can win out, and someone's getting into the playoffs with this NFC South, bro. The NFC South is the NFC South right now is the NFC East last year. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad division. One of these teams is going to playoffs. I would like the Saints to beat the Falcons only because, 1, I'm a Saints fan. 2, fuck the Falcons. So on the Falcons side, Desmond Ridder, he is going to be the starter, supposedly. I know that the coach, he likes to pull these things. He likes to say these reports, but they did have a bye week last week. So they have a whole full 2 weeks to prepare for the Saints and come up with the new game plan with Desmond Ridder. Reason why I believe they want to go with Desmond Ridder is because the fact that they want to see what they have. They probably don't think they're going to make playoffs with the team that they have right now. So Desmond Ridder, he's going to be in there. Don't start anybody, but maybe Cordell Patterson, maybe Tyler Algieri. Drake London, the connection may be there with Desmond Ridder. I'm not gonna play him on a fantasy week 15 round 1 playoff game where I absolutely need a fucking win. What up, Louis? Trust me, bro. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to myself. I would advise you guys not to do that. So Drake London, I love you. Not playing anybody else on that team except maybe Cordell Patterson. If Marcus Mariota is in, then maybe I'll put a flyer on Marcus Mariota on some DFS. But all the reports are saying that Desmond Ridder is going to be the starter this week. So it is what it is. On the Saints side, now the Saints, their defense is a defense that I would like to play in DFS. They're going to be a little bit cheap. Everybody's back to healthy. Marshawn Lattimore is back. He could have been back last week. Would have needed him, but he's back now. And this defense, they make good plays, bro. Cam Jordan there's going to be a sack. There's going to be interceptions. There's going to be turnovers. There's going to be mistakes by that rookie quarterback. The Saints defense are the defense who I love in DFS this week. Them and the Kansas City Chiefs, but we'll talk about that another time. On the Saints offense, you are starting Alvin Kamara, even though it's been bad. I think Kamara, he has a good game. He always shows out against the Falcons. And I think that the last time that they played the Falcons, he had a bad game. I think he had a bad game. But, you know, you're going to have to be in the flames with Alvin Kamara. He does get passing work. And if he goes off, if you sit Alvin Kamara and he goes off for 2 touchdowns, 10 catches for 90 yards on the ground or whatever, you're going to feel pretty bad. So start Alvin Kamara. Just temper those expectations, bro. Temper those expectations. Taysom Hill on the dart throw, bro. I picked up Taysom Hill just so my opponent doesn't get Taysom Hill. I would whatever. Start fucking Austin Hooper. Start fucking even, that Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's not a bad play, but start Hunter Henry, whatever. Start them all, bro. You're not going to beat me with some fucking cheat code like that. And for those of you guys who are on Yahoo right now, on Yahoo Leagues, Jeff Driscoll, right? Jeff Driscoll, is that his name? The quarterback for the Houston Texans on Yahoo, he is listed as a quarterback and a tight end. I picked him up too, bro. Hey, bad quarterback numbers are still good tight end numbers for fantasy. So that's why I picked up Taysom. If you need a deep throw, let's say you're projected to lose, start Taysom, bro. If you're projected to lose by 40 points, 30 points, start Taysom, bro. Taysom can definitely get you 2 touchdowns and 5 catches maybe. He's always in there and plays. He always has a chance. And he's always known for tearing the Falcons' ass, bro. So Taysom is a start for me. I'm not going to compare him to any other tight ends right now. Chris Olave. Let's go. It's tough right now. But that Falcons defense is inviting for me. I think I'm starting Olave. There's a couple of players who I have a question about. Like, Amon-Ra St. Brown versus the Jets defense, or Chris Olave versus the Falcons defense. That's a question that I'm going to have to I'm facing right now. You know what I'm saying? I will start Olave over every Falcons wide receiver. I will start Olave over Gabe Davis. I will start Olave over the Ravens. I will start Olave over Cooper. I would start Olave over Pittman. And that's about it. Who wins this game, bro? Oh, and Andy Dalton. If Andy Dalton is in, if you need a deep throw, Andy Dalton can give you some numbers. The Falcons defense isn't as scary as it was at the beginning of the season, but Dalton doesn't have a running floor. So in a deep dart throw in the DFS, that's cool. That's cool. So Dalton. I'll take the Saints to win this game. The Saints are 4-point favorites. Over-under is 43. Yeah, I'll take the Saints by 7, bro. All right, what is that? That 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles enter Soldier Field to face the Chicago Bears. The line is Philly by 9 points. The over-under is 46.5. I'll make this simple for you. Start every offensive player on the Eagles. And I think Dallas Goedert is coming back this week. I think he's designated to return. Start him. And then maybe start Justin Fields. Although Justin Fields this morning, let's see right here. He popped up with an illness. All right. So Justin Fields popped up with an illness. I would play Justin Fields over Dalton, over Desmond Ridder, over Watson, over the Ravens quarterback, over Matt Ryan, I would start him over Geno Smith as well. I know my boy Victor Guru is looking at that same. He's looking at Geno versus the San Francisco 49ers on Thursday, or Justin Fields versus the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday morning. And I lean Fields on that one just because of the run floor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to take Philly to win this one, bro. All right. How many is that? I'm losing count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. All right, two more games to go over. The Detroit Lions enter MetLife Stadium to face the New York Jets, bruh. The goddamn Jets. On the Lions side, so the line is even. The line is even as of right now. This is ESPN.com that I'm looking at right now. The line is even. Fields over Baker, Louis. Who do the Rams play? The Rams play on Monday night, right? Ooh. I'll go Fields. I'm going Fields. Even, if Baker didn't have that touchdown throw, it was a bad day. It was still a bad day if he didn't have that touchdown throw. He looked good though, and the Packers defense, they're very, they're not great, but yeah, Fields. Fields can pop one off, and the Eagles' run defense, even though they're They're like the number 3 defense right now. Their run defense isn't as good as people thought. People have been able to run on the Eagles lately, and Chicago, they need Justin Fields to do whatever. Look at tomorrow. So tomorrow, because you could pivot tomorrow to like Geno or something. If Justin Fields is still sick and is still not at practice, then I'll start looking at Baker. Then I will look at Baker. But by Friday, by Saturday, if Fields is not at practice and not healthy, then Baker for sure, because I don't want to have to deal with the sick Fields. 3-win team. They didn't make playoffs, so they don't need this game. You know what I'm saying? So, but pay attention to those that information. But on the Lions side, the line is even against the Jets. The Jets have a good fucking fantasy couple of weeks, bro. They could win people fantasy leagues. On the Lions side, so the big question is, Jared Goff. I won't be starting Jared Goff. I would start Fields over Goff. I will start Tua over Goff. I will start, even though Tua put up a stinker last week, I will start Kirk Cousins over Goff, only because of this Jets defense has been very, very good. And this is the same question that I'm facing. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Do you start Amon-Ra St. Brown over Chris Olave, bro? I'll start Amon-Ra over, over the Falcons receivers. I will start him over Gabe Davis. I will start him over Amari Cooper. I will start him over the Ravens, over Michael Pittman. And that's about it. I don't know, because see, DJ Chark is very interesting, even in the next few games. Chark and Jameson Williams, they're interesting in the next few games. I'm curious to see where Sauce Gardner lines up. If Sauce Gardner lines up on DJ Chark because he's the big play, he's the big one, and Amon-Ra lines up in the slot sometimes, then I'll feel comfortable starting Amon-Ra. But this defense is a good defense, but they just lost their defensive tackle, Williams. So I'm leaning Amon-Ra. I'm talking myself into Amon-Ra for some reason, but you're starting him. You got to start him. Especially last year, he won people leagues. You got to start him. The running back position, DeAndre Swift is healthy. DeAndre Swift is healthy, and Jameson Williams, Williams is still there, getting touchdown looks. In a playoff matchup, if this was a regular season, I would go Williams. If it's a playoff matchup like you are, and if you need the win, DeAndre Swift, no question. He has the ability to take it yard, and he's in the passing game. So you need all the points you can get this week. You know what I'm saying? Week 1 of the fantasy playoffs, you can't fuck around right there. So Swift over Williams, and Chark is a good one. And then just keep your eye on Jameson Williams. So on the Jet side, the Lions defense is very inviting as well. I think Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson are both good starts going forward. I think all these receivers and the Jets wide receiver room, they have good matchups going forward. Week 16, week 17, week 18, if some of your fantasy playoffs are in there, go ahead, bro. They want to get into the playoffs. They need this win. Both of these teams need this win. So you want some of these fantasy points right here. The running back position. So I'm cool with starting Elijah Moore. I'm cool with starting Wilson. So wherever you want to start him, go ahead. The running back position, Zonovan Knight looks good, bro. He looked good. He had that big run. And not only that did he have that run, it looked like he has a knack for the end zone. Like as soon as he could smell the end zone, he's already over there. The Lions defense is not a good run defense. Although they have been getting a little bit better, I still like Zonovan Williams. I'll pay Williams over... I'll play him over David Montgomery. Even though Montgomery's day should have a good safe floor, you want those high peaks. And I think that the Eagles can put away the Bears quickly. I think the Jets and the Lions is going to be more of a shootout, even with Mike White as their starting quarterback and Zach Wilson as the backup. So starting Zonovan over Montgomery, I will start Zonovan Knight over Sanders, Miles Sanders of the Eagles, only because of the fact I think that Sanders, once they get up on top, it'll be more of a committee. So, yeah, don't hear what I'm not saying, though. I'm not going to start the backups for the Eagles. I'm just probably won't start Sanders. But Sanders, if he gets in the end zone, you're good. You're happy. You're a happy fella right there. Who wins this game, bruh? I'll take the Lions to win this game. I think their defense has been coming up clutch in some third down matchups. And if both these coaches have turned both organizations around really fast. Yeah, I like the Lions this game, bro. The over-under is 44.5. God damn it, bro. I'll take the over in that one. I think Wilson has a big game. Moore has a big game. St. Brown, Chark, Swift, Knight. All these bad boys have a big game, bro. So let's go. All right, the last matchup we're going to go over today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. I appreciate everybody. The Pittsburgh Steelers enter Bank of America Stadium to face the playoff-bound Carolina Panthers? What the fuck? But if Carolina can win out, they're in the playoffs, bro. You know what I mean? If Carolina wins out, they're in the playoffs. The Steelers side, I like Najee Harris this week. I think this is one of those weeks that Najee Harris, he's been kind of disappointing all week, all season long. With some big spike games, he has these games where he just shows out and, I traded him because I can't deal with that no more. But Najee Harris this week, I like that, bro. And you seen him getting dealt in the passing game a little bit more. Mitch Trubisky is probably going to be the starter. I like that. Deontay Johnson, I'm not starting him. Even though the targets are still there, it's just the points are not coming up for fantasy value. They're not showing up. So Deontay Johnson, I'm not starting there. In a dart throw, I will start Pickens, and especially in DFS, Pickens is always nice because you never know what you're going to get. Last week, the week before, 2 weeks before that, actually, Pickens was complaining about, getting targets. He needed the ball more. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, bro. Last week, he was getting targets. Granted, Kenny Pickett, he got hurt, and Mitch Trubisky had to come back in. You know what I'm saying? But if Trubisky and a week full of practice with Pickens, with the Pickens now, George Pickens now, I think is a good start. I'll start Pickens over I will start him over the Bears. I will start him over the Falcons wide receivers. I will start him over Gabe Davis. I will start him over Donovan Peoples-Jones, the Ravens wide receivers, Michael Pittman. And that is about it. Pat Freiermuth has been dealing with, I don't know what he's been dealing with. He's questionable. The targets have been there. I think you got to stay in the flames with Pat Freiermuth. He's been a staple for this offense, and I think he'll continue to be. This will be a get-right week. The Steelers, they want to fuck up the Panthers' hopes for playoffs. So, what does he say, Louis? Dan Campbell or Robert Saleh in an Oklahoma drill? Yo, Dan Campbell's a big boy, bro. I'll take Dan Campbell, bro. Robert Saleh, he's big in himself, but Campbell just looks like he's big at the core. You know what I'm saying? That he's at the core, bro. But I would pay to see that. Dana White, where are you at? All right, the Carolina Panthers side. I don't think you could start anybody. I don't think maybe Donta Foreman. maybe. If I know he was dealing with a little bit of a limited issue this past week, but D'Onta Foreman, in a pinch, yeah. Chuba Hubbard looked very good last week. I think I would be leaning Chuba in a PPR league and in DFS only because Chuba is that type of player who could take 8 yards. So I lean Chuba Hubbard there. But other than that, the line is Carolina by 3 points. The Carolina defense looked good last week against Seattle. The over-under is 37.5. This is ugly right here. I don't know who I'm talking about. I'll take the Steelers in this one. I think Mike Tomlin figured this one out. I think Trubisky has one of those games where it's more of a game management, you know what I'm saying? Uses his legs a little bit. If Trubisky is in. If Pickett is in, then I'm definitely taking the Steelers. So I'll take the Steelers this game, and I'll take them. The over-under is 37.5. Yeah, I don't know, bro. But whatever. It is what it is. But if you guys don't have anything for me, you guys have any questions on the chat, please subscribe. What up, Bobby? Squeaking into those playoffs, bro. You made it, though, bro. I see you. Yesterday, I was talking about the 7-7 team who squeaked it in. That's my boy, Bobby, bro. He's going to win it. That's it. I called it. Bobby's going to win. You're going to win it, bro. You're going to be the guru of the year. God damn it, injuries. I fucking hate fantasy football. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to my boy Victor Guru. Go subscribe at Victor93Till. Shout out to my boy 5 a.m. Beats. You could hit him up at 5 a.m. Beats. Shout out to my boy at Satan Uncensored. Go hit him up. We're going to have, I think this week we will have the money shot. And as well, I think we'll have another in-person live podcast. If anybody wants to join, hit me up. If you just roll through the pad, I'll let you give you the information, whatever. But hit me up. That's about it. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch you guys later. Peace.
Alright, so this is a No Education podcast.
Good luck on all your fantasy playoffs, bro. Good luck in your fantasy playoffs. Hope y'all make a run. Hope your enemies do horrible, bro. Peace out.